Hey everyone, welcome to the Message for Young Disciples, and today we're going to talk about the idea of a Sabbath. So, what is a Sabbath? Where did we get it from, and what do we do on it? So, the Sabbath first came about as an idea from the beginning of the Bible when God was creating the world, and every day God created one thing, and then on the seventh day, he rested. So for 6 days, God made things, and on the seventh day, God rested. So we kind of took that example, and many religions have taken that example of God resting, and we take a day during the week to also rest, and in that space to celebrate God. So usually we keep the Sabbath by going to church. And so it's probably a really familiar thing, but you might not have ever have heard the word or keeping the Sabbath before. But you do know that on Sundays you go to church, and that is the Sabbath. So Sundays in Christianity is the Sabbath day. And it's different in other religions, but most have a day where we worship God and we rest. So in Jesus' time, it was also the same. And one day, there's a great story that helps us kind of realize what the Sabbath is and what does it mean to keep the Sabbath holy. And one day, Jesus was healing some people on the Sabbath, and some of the high priests, the authorities in Jesus's town, said, that's not okay, because on the Sabbath, we rest. We have to rest. We're not supposed to work, and healing is work. But Jesus reminded them, saying, I am being who I am. So Jesus reminds us that on the Sabbath, it is our responsibility to be instead of do. So what's the difference between being and doing? So during the week, we're doing, right? We're like going to school, we're doing our homework, we have extracurriculars, we're studying, then we have some playtime, and we make dinner, we eat lunch, and we're doing. And that is wonderful action. But on the Sabbath, we have to take time to be. And that means tuning into who we are and just allowing ourselves to be perfect just as we are, just because we exist, not because we're doing anything, right? So Jesus reminds us in this story that the Sabbath is for being, and he was being himself by healing this man. So this weekend, maybe you can celebrate the Sabbath by tuning in, maybe closing your eyes and tuning in to yourself and doing something that brings you joy or celebrates your gifts or talents. So maybe that's singing a song or playing on an instrument, or maybe it's going outside and appreciating the sun, or maybe that is drawing a picture, something that celebrates who you are and something that brings you joy. And that's how we practice being instead of doing. And that's how we celebrate our Sabbath. So even though we can't go to church, we can still do these things at home and celebrate the Sabbath at home on Sundays. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I can't wait to hear about all the ways that you celebrated your being on your Sabbath.